Yeah.
So, guys, I talked about there being the potential for a Firefly reboot, and Nathan Fillion was trying to get it done. And I think
Not
I
even a
said to you,
potential.
sorry?
It was not even a potential, right? It was essentially almost set in stone, but then he got cast as Green Lantern, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So Green Lantern did it. So initially, it was a movie deal, and Universal were trying to do some TV movies, and they got as far as getting Disney to agree. They had a story plot of Nathan Fillion, and they were moving towards getting done. It was all basically principle during the strikes. Then Nathan Fillion appeared a lot less in the last season of The Rookie than he had done in previous ones. They put some of the other characters forward, so it's me, but it's basically been delayed by the Green Lantern, like you said. Which did I just tell you that, or have I told everybody that?
We did it on live.
Did I? Okay, yeah, the Green Lantern put it on pause. Since then, Disney have stepped in, gone, let's do a TV series. Because actually Disney owns Nathan Fillion works for Disney through ABC. Nathan Fillion is going to be producing the new Rookie spin-off. I'm hearing that the Rookie's going to continue, but Nathan Fillion will continue to sort of appear less in it, and he may even leave. One of the things was that he said, look, apparently there's in a meeting during the thing, it says, this is getting a bit silly now. I'm not a rookie anymore. I've been in the LAPD like 7 years. It's supposed to be about rookies sort of thing. So yeah.
Right.
So he's getting so he potentially wants to do something else. ABC want to continue that relationship, and he wants to continue that. So apparently now it looks like Hulu are trying to negotiate a deal to do some sort of Firefly, but it would be a miniseries with the idea of that could it spin into something else. So Nathan Fillion is not coming back to do, maybe move into something else if it's popular enough or whatever. Alan Tudyk would come back still, and it would still basically be the same story idea that Nathan Fillion actually presented, because no scripts or anything were done. Universal don't own Nathan Fillion's idea, so it would. I'm hearing it would pretty much be the same thing, and it would appear on Hulu. If
Sounds awesome.
It very much depends on what happens with Nathan Fillion and Warner Brothers. Honest.
Would they be able to get like Jewel State and what's her name back too?
I think the only one that might be a problem is Marina Baccarin.
She'd be the
Jewel
hardest
State
one.
will not be a problem. She's not really doing anything else. If I'm honest.
She's doing
Honestly,
some
Alan
series on
Which one?
CW, I think, or something.
Yeah, some on the CW. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think they could get the cast back pretty easily. To be honest, he's like well. But other than that, from what I understand of the storyline idea, is it starts with Nathan Fillion as Mal, who's kind of broken from the events that happened in the movies and everything else, and then he basically lost the Firefly, which we know from the character. His whole identity was based around freedom and the Firefly, whatever, and it basically is going to see him rebuilding himself over that period, where we'll see we'll rebuild a crew, get the Firefly back or whatever, or get it repaired or whatever it is. But I think that's a very, very loose pitch, which was the general idea. And I think, and I know this video before talking about, that sounds like crap. How many times are we going to see like a broken character rebuilding himself? And as well, a lot, because it's one of the basic stories of, like there's not several basic story fundamentals, and that's one of them. But also it's logical from what we've seen already. It does sort of follow on that Mal could really be in that position, because it's what we've already seen. So but we'll see. I think completely stolen the idea. They will attack you on Pulse podcast when I get around to it. where I'll try to get in a bit more detail and try and find out more about
It's
what's
just
going
that
on.
podcast to do. I don't really know the name, but
The Tachyon Pulse podcast. It's quite hard to say. There's a lot of P's
Call
in
it
it.
TPP.
you are I'm saying it.
TP. But
EPP.
yeah, TPP. I just think, yeah, so we'll have to see. But it sounds like Disney is sort of like trying to hijack the project.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it.
Thinking of miniseries would be awesome. I like the idea.
I think a miniseries, or even like, I like the trilogy movie ideas. That Universal seem to have like just sort of like put it on pause because of Nathan. But it sounds like this is very much going to happen without Nathan Fillion, and it's who can sort of like talk him into it. Joss Whedon does not own Firefly. 20th Century Fox do.
Yeah.
But Joss Whedon does own elements of Firefly, so Joss Whedon will be involved in this project, is what I'm being told.
Gotta have
And
the Brad
Nathan
Ryder.
Fillion, apparently, the idea. Well, from this is going back to the Universal conversations,
right?
But apparently, Nathan Fillion saw this as sort of like a way for Joss to sort of like
come back
is his comeback thing. Is like
hopefully it's pre-2015 Joss Whedon that comes back.
Yeah, I think so. He needs to. Yeah, he needs to. Well, I mean, that Evers that he did, the Evers, was it? I like that show. It got, and he was, that was basically his baby, and it was a good show. And I think the Nevers only did one season, and then like COVID hit, and then we never saw it again. And Joss, all the stuff over Joss happened. Joss needs to, Joss needs to come back and do something with people that he knows that know him that can. Yeah, that can bring him back, and maybe let's say with Nathan would be the driving force behind it, and I don't think him maybe go too far, but Damon Walker's he's not got a bad point there. We'll have to see.
That Whedon is a spent creative force at this point, and after Age of Ultron, I feel like always got a worse rap than it deserved.
I think it's Age of Ultron.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but it's also very cookie cutter. It's something that Joss Whedon's done for, and he's tried to do it afterwards as well. It's just it wasn't out of the box for him, and Joss Whedon is somebody that can go out of the box and do it really well, and I think that kind of lost him his job from there. Obviously, I guess they had their little squabbles and stuff, and he went to DC to do the Justice League.
It was never creative with Joss. It was the accusations and the Me Too movement that killed Joss Whedon's career.
That's the biggest worry, and it's not to go jump back into the whole woke aspect of things, but if there's a creative that is very specific about forcing ideology over a story in recent years, Joss Whedon's the most public example in a lot of ways. Or at least the guy that's kind of started the charge, and which is funny because he's totally lost his career where other people have done similar things and built their career off of it. It screwed him over.
He was a bully.
In a big way.
He didn't rape anyone or bloody, or sexually harass anyone. He was a bully by the sounds of it. But the way Charisma Carpenter talks about him, he was vicious, or he could be vicious. James Masters talked about. Yeah, James Masters talked about having him up against a wall, threatening him. He was, but I was a lot of the stories that come over to me like he was really passionate about his project and really protective of his show, and didn't like it when things went against him, and he maybe went too far. But Nathan Fillion's got nothing but nice things to say about him. So I saw him in an interview just last year, and he said, if you did sort of the Firefly, sort of brought it back, would you work with Joss again? And he said, in an instant, heartbeat.